Oh, hey, Matt. Okay, have a good time at work, man. Take care. Hi, Jake. Can you hear me? Cool, man. That one's out the key. And that is too happy. So let's try again. Yeah, JD, it's super ambient. That's what I like to do in my downtime when I can't think of anything heavy to play. That was wrong. That note right there, that automatically puts you in the ocean. So you'll be like, major, yeah, everything's happy. And then you'll go. And that's like, okay. To me, that's the ocean note. That's the Thomas Newman note right there. So if you don't know who Thomas Newman is, he's a composer. He composed Shawshank Redemption, Finding Nemo. Anything that sounds off in a film score, it's just like happy. You know, that's a D chord right there, really happy. And then if you throw that in, it's like, oh, that's the Thomas Newman note. Devin Townsend does it a lot as well. For any guitar nuts out there, that's the Lydian note. Rick Beato bangs on about it all the time in his song breakdowns, but that's like got to be one of my favorite sounds. Yeah, hi William, how's it going, man? That is the relaxing on a beach, yeah. Or on the sunbed. Let me just get rid of all this coffee. Okay. And it's cool as well because that note in like a traditional metal song, if we were to like go if we were to, that'd be like your 6th fret. Yeah, so you've got your opens and your 5s and 6s, you know, dad rock stuff. But if you throw that note in over a D major instead, if we were doing, well, I guess I'm in drop C now, so if we were in a C major instead of C minor, so yeah, and then if you go, it becomes a completely different sound as opposed to, you know, stripper bars and stuff. And you've automatically got something that's a little bit more compositional, I guess you could say. So that's why I like it. It's a juxtaposition. Happy, confused, happy, but something's about to happen. Yeah, it is. Honestly, it's like, I got married today, but I think she's having an affair. Yeah. I got married today, but I think there's a child on the way. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's somebody once described it to me as it's a major scale with a little bit of tension. It is the flat 5th, yeah. So for anybody who's into the theory and stuff, you know, you've got your major scale right there. But if you swap one of the notes out, 1, 2, 3, 4, there it is automatically. And that's why it's weird, because that flat 5th is, you know, you've heard it a million times before in like heavy metal music. You know, like Metallica and stuff like that. But that note is actually, depending where you're coming from, that's the it's not just evil, you know. It's not just Diamond Head, right? Or Megadeth or whatever. You've actually got, so it actually becomes something a little bit more composition. I'm sure if you go and watch Rick Beato's channel, he could show you some crazy crazy sort of arpeggios to demonstrate that better than I could. There's an example right there. You know? So that's a really fun mode to play around with. And also, the other side of it as well is if you think you've stumbled across it and you've gone, oh, this is so new and interesting, it's just like, yeah, go listen to anything Steve Vai's done. It's like he did it into the ground, that note right there, and then Devin Townsend after him, I guess, or maybe at the same time. So it was kind of heartbreaking that I was like, oh yeah, I can make this oceany music now that sounds like Finding Nemo, I guess. And Thomas Newman, Shawshank Redemption, all that sort of stuff, American Beauty. But it's like Steve Vai, absolutely nailed it, and Joe Satriani as well. That's why it was interesting to them, because you could get so much instrumental music out of it, because minor notes and stuff are great. But what happens when you've done that into the ground? I spent a lifetime of just... That's great and everything, but you are going to be stuck with that same sound, and that was it for me. So I was just like, well, what if I start hitting the notes the on in the scale, right? I learned about modes, and you are the worked. If I look like a Bolivian NPC right now, it's because the light is shining through, and this camera is terrible at adjusting, by the way. So that's why I look so white. But yeah, I just started to play around with like, so I think the catalyst for it that was really funny was me and an old friend I had this riff at the time that was like that sort of thing, but by accident we kept going. That is just so terrible. You got second fret. It's out the key. It just doesn't work, yeah? So it ruins it. It just kills it, right? And it's funny because we kept doing it, and we do it on purpose when we were playing and stuff because it was hilarious because it just sounded terrible. But it's like, where does that note fit? Well, that's the Dorian note right there if anybody's interested in modes and stuff. Hi Dante, how's it going, man? But that Dorian note can give you like it can really jazz up your playing. So if you've got your we're in natural minor, okay? We're doing all the traditional stuff that you'd hear Bullet My Valentine doing, Metallica, all these notes. Yeah? But then for instance, if you were to run it up, there it is right there. It adds a little bit more wonder into your playing. There it is again. And it's interesting because my playing is so riddled with that now, like hitting notes that aren't supposed to be in there. You know, that are a little bit more colorful. I can't not do it now, so I end up like, by default, my hand goes to certain things. I'm forever doing that. Okay, which is really jazzy sort of feel to it. But when I'm learning like stuff that is just straight minor now, like Bullet My Valentine, like the new song, I've got the cover coming tonight for Shatter, by the way, so y'all check that out. 5 UK time. Like when I'm learning the scale, like the solos and the scales and stuff, my hand keep defaulting to these notes that aren't supposed to be in there, and it's such a pain. William, what you're saying, man? There is something to not knowing any music theory or chords. My friend used to play guitar, would just play stuff, not just a key scale, but it sounded good. Well, it was locked into natural. Everything I played sounded the same. Yeah, you and I are both in the same boat there. Honestly, I was just stuck with. Which is really good, but, you know, what if you throw in something like... mate, any tips on playing Parasite and properly struggling to hit the notes real clean with the down pick? Okay, let's have a look. So I'm only just starting to get this one good now, believe it or not. So, yeah, it is with the down pick. So you've got... Okay, so that's it right there. I'm keeping that with the solid down pick. Master of Puppets is your gateway to that, obviously. I would start with, and I would just keep it slow. Matt is going all out on this album. He's keeping it technical. He's keeping it crazy. Like the verse riff. It's crazy. It's absolutely all over the place. So yeah, with Parasite, just keep it slow, like I'm doing now. So okay. Another tip for that song would be give yourself a break if you're going front to back with it. Give yourself a break when you hit the chorus. You know, there, no one's listening. That thing. Yep, you can downpick it, but with that, if you go to the bounce on that one. So down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, yeah? That alternate pick there will give you a little bit of a breather from like the rest of the song. So, you know, and then if you want to eventually get to that point, wait, so you can downpick it. You've got a problem right there when you hit there, because you've got to get there, which is alternate picked. So I would say for that section, just screw how Matt does it. I'm not sure how he's doing that. You can see Padge on the music video. I know they're not playing it properly, but you can see for that section, Padge is clearly giving it the down up. Just to cut you guys in, Don't Need You, for instance, Padge does it like... Yeah, he's bouncing away there. Matt downpicks it. Which is really hard to do, especially without the track. So just bear in mind that Matt might be downpicking a lot of things, but Padge certainly isn't. But that main riff in Parasite, that is definitely a downpicked riff. Another thing as well, don't follow my video that I put out because I rushed it. And I just couldn't tell what those notes are, and my ego was out of control, and I just wanted to be one of the first ones to get it out right, like with Knives. And this thing is wrong. It's not that at all. It's... Okay? So yeah, I was just, and it's the same with Knives. Man, I did a lesson on Knives and I've taught the riff completely wrong. But the thing is, I was hearing notes in there when I broke that down that I'm sure are in there. I'm quite sure are in there, but when Padge did his playthrough, they just weren't in there, so go figure on that one. And also I watched, oh no, I've got the wrong song. Sorry. No, I lost my point there. I was going off on a different tangent there. Yeah, William, I'm made up with how the songs are turning out. Matt has a pretty insane right hand. Was blown away when I heard Waking the Demon was downpicked and was alternate picking it for years. Yep, that's why Demon sounds so tight, I guess. Appreciate it, man. I love how their songs are turning up. Can't wait for the new album. Yeah, me neither. I can't wait. I think Shatter has to be my favorite. Again, I'll plug it again. My cover of that is coming out tonight at 5:30 UK time. So y'all check that one out. It was supposed to be out last night, but YouTube was playing up last night for some reason, and I couldn't get it out. So yeah, so there's Parasite. Just keep it slow. But it's only just taken me. It's taken me till now even. To get that one right to the best of my ability. And I played it on my live stream concert. I did put Knives in there, but I just wasn't feeling it because there's so much space in it. I was just like, no, come on, give these people a show. So I switched out for Parasite. And just as the solo came up, Jamie Slays came on my live stream, and I was like, shit, Jamie Slays! And I was like, oh no, solo! And I completely goosed the whole thing because I got distracted. Yeah. But yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, the whole thing about throwing different notes in and stuff like that, learn about different scales and stuff. It really, really can jazz, and I don't mean me, but you know, spice up your playing if you like, yeah? My favorite one would be the Dorian thing. Absolutely love that. What key am I in? So if I went over to... Hi Rene, hope you're doing well, mate. I'm doing very well, thank you. So if I go to B minor, I'm tuned down here, so I'm not in B minor, but it's B minor positions. B minor is my favorite key. Why is B minor my favorite key? Because you've got all this. massively out of tune. Just 1 second. God, this camp is so useless. Thanks for both my Valentine tutorial, sir. No worries, K1 Sook. That is my pleasure. I'm glad you're all enjoying them. And I've got another one coming soon. I promise I will get back on it with those. You just got to bear in mind that my day job is a guitar teacher, so when I'm doing videos, sometimes I don't want to constantly do like guitar lesson videos, but I know you guys appreciate them because I get them as accurate as possible to the best of my ability. So yeah. So B minor, why is that my favorite? Because you've got all this, but the relative major. Oh, I am feeling the Kemper. I absolutely love the Kemper, William. Absolutely love it. It's great. But in the same key, you've got D major. So you can, which is the happiest of all keys. But B minor, I like it because you can throw all that jazzy stuff in there. Hoping to see some Tears Don't Fall Part 2. No, I've not I've not even attempted that one. Okay, I can do I'd have to tune down in order to do the rest of that. Okay, well here's a riff that's been misconstrued a lot, and I think I finally worked it out. Now that one, that has caused me many sleepless nights, and I just covered it recently, A Place Where You Belong from Fever. That chord, I had no idea. Just that chord for many years I thought it was C sharp minor 7. I thought it was that for many years, and then after studying and studying and studying when I was going to do the cover, I realized it's actually you got a straight bar chord there. And that has to be one of my favorite Bullet riffs, like, ever. It's because it's just so it's just so pretty, and this thing as well. Absolutely love that as well. I keep going to play it how I used to play it for so many years, which is wrong. And I tell you where I got that from, because in the Too Late, where it comes in with the heavy guitars, too late, he does do that. He is doing a C sharp minor 7, so no pinky. So I thought, oh, okay, that makes complete sense. The rest of the song must be like that, right? So I played that riff for many years like that. no pinky. But after breaking the track down, as it turns out, you've got to do a straight bar chord for that, and it is. There's a video online of Padge playing it for a very brief second. If you type in Padge TC Electronics, he plays it right at the end of the video. And it's here and it's gone, or it's there and it's gone, right? And I had it half speed over and over and over again to actually hear what was going on. But he plays it a little bit differently to what's on the actual track. So that was another head screw again on top of that. So I was listening to it, I was like, right, okay, so he's going. And I was thinking, right, that's it. But then I was playing it over the track, and it was wrong, because you just play things differently when you're not playing, in a live situation or you're tracking, So on the track itself, I was panning it round and stuff like that, listening really, really closely. And what you've got is that. And also, it's a shame because I don't think that one will ever, ever, ever see the light of day, like in a live situation, which is a shame, really. I don't know how they pull it off live. I don't think it would come over well, in my opinion, because there's just so many layers to it. And here's another cool thing as well. So the tappy run at the end of it, I've forgotten it, but I'll give it the best of my ability. Okay, there you go. Right, that sounds impressive and all that. Okay, because it's tapping and everybody loves tapping, right? Check it out. I was watching it, watched all the covers on YouTube, and something wasn't quite clicking for me, right? So this is the first guitar solo in that song. And when I slowed the track down, I could hear these open notes happening in between the notes. I was like, there's open notes happening in there. So I slowed it down, and it turns out you've got... And I was thinking to myself, well, that can't be right, because this open G, because he works his way down the scale, he's just doing the pentatonic scale. Yeah, just with some tapping for some extra flair. But if you're going to do that, there's one problem spot. And it's that note right there. Let me demonstrate it. If you play that song, yeah, and you play that open third string in any song that's in C sharp minor or E major, same thing, right? It will ruin your day. Watch. Yeah? It just doesn't belong in there, right? And that is the crazy thing, because Padge throws that open note in there, which is straight out of the key. Go listen to the track, slow it down, you'll hear it. But it's that fast, and it's there and gone in a heartbeat, that, like, I think he gets away with it. Whether he knew or he didn't know that it's out of key or something like that, I have absolutely no idea, but there it is. If I play that slowly... So we're all fine up to that point. And that's what happens. And believe it or not, that's in it. Yeet Feet, how's it going, man? It's been a while. Can't stay because of school. Don't worry about it, man. You got to do what you got to do. But hope to catch you again on a stream soon. And I hope you're doing really well. So it's something like, can I play over it? Oh, can I play over it? The song? No, in a word. I actually never learned that one. But I know Matt, the Riff Master, who I have the podcast with, this little thing down the bottom here, loud and proud, if I'm pointing in the right spot. Go check out our podcast together. I'm going to plug that. Yeah, he did a cover of that one and probably did it way better than I could, because he's the Riff Master. Yeah, I definitely will be on another stream when I have the chance. Yeah, man, cool. So there you go. So there's some facts about that song. The rest of it, the guitar solo, after that is pretty is pretty straightforward. And I'm playing in the wrong key there, actually. But yeah, that's pretty much standard stuff right there. The rest of the guitar solo in that song. But yeah, so there's just a couple of things to watch out for on that one. And obviously when it goes to the too late thing. That riff there. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this. You're not going to watch my lesson video on it when I do it. But hey, whatever. But yeah, so that chord there, if anybody's wanting to learn anything about this song anyway, that chord right there, there's no pinky on that one. So that's that. Is there anything else about that song that I can think of? No, there's actually not. It's probably my favorite track off of Fever, which is my favorite Bullet My Valentine album. I say that, but it's the ballad. But it's the most interesting one. I remember when I first heard it, I was quite blown away by it because I was used to these metalcore-ish. I was used to all that stuff. So to have like these really a different key for them to play in, these interesting songs. I think All These Things I Hate Revolve Around Me is in the same key as that, but it's nowhere near doing the same sort of chords and stuff like that. I think it's just a very polished and refined song. The one thing that I didn't work out is I couldn't work out the acoustic guitar, and I think he's just literally just I think he's just strumming away on an acoustic guitar there. Maybe we will be on the teaching now. You've plugged it. Come again, Jake? By the way, if anybody's wondering, Jake's my friend. I know who he is. I'm not being short with him. So yeah, I think he's just strumming away on that one. Any other songs? Anybody got any questions about any other songs? And I will do my best to explain anything that you might want to know about it. But yeah, that one I've just thought I'd talk about for a bit because that's probably my most recent guitar cover. But yeah, that one, again, like I was saying, it was just interesting chord progressions. And I remember, that's it. When I first heard it, I was getting really confused because I was used to a certain playing style that Bullet My Valentine had. Yeah, these shapes and stuff that they would default to, and I sort of knew it was all natural minor positions. But I didn't know many other keys and stuff like that to play in. I didn't have the knowledge at that point. So when that one came around, it was a completely different place on the neck. It's like, what's this fourth fret stuff all about on the fifth string? You know, it was completely new to me. And that riff, I had absolutely no idea how they were doing it. And I got so frustrated. I knew it was ascending. And I could hear that tick, 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 tick. Yeah, clink, 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 clink. And I was sat on my bedroom floor, you know, back when I was like, I don't know, like 16 or something, like trying to work out. It's like, how does it go? Like, all I could hear was tick, 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 tick. And I was like, is he going up the strings there? I don't know what's happening. And then I finally learned. I think I found a tab or something. Actually, that's what happened. I thought, no, he's not doing that. He's just playing around this chord right here, which is the open chord for the beginning. That thing right there. So I thought he's going... which again is wrong, right? And then years later, when I learned about bar chords and stuff like that, it was just like, oh. How does that guitar play? Saw a short rig rundown from Matt. He said it's a bit of a beast. Weighs a ton, chunky as fuck neck to a point where he plays his Gibson V's, I think. Yeah, this is actually... I've been playing this for a long time now, and at this point... Well, he doesn't play them anymore, so this is my signature guitar now. Yeah, I wish. This is the perfect guitar. It's not as heavy. The 7-string that I bought, that Jackson... Whew, man, that is a piece of wood and a half. If you stand up for an hour or something like that, yeah, you're absolutely goosed. But that's got like graphite reinforcement going down the neck. It's a big heavy poplar body on it. It's just crazy. This plays perfectly. The neck on it is not that thick. I've got the Lee Mallier Explorer on the wall there that you might have seen before. That's got a 59 neck on it, aka the baseball bat. That's a thick neck, right? This just reminds me of like a I don't know, like a Les Paul neck. So it's not actually that thick, because I watched that rig run down and he was saying, oh, the neck's really thick on it. It's like, yeah, probably compared to that Gibson Flying V's playing the KH. This is just the right amount of girth, I guess you could say. For me, it's the right amount of thickness. And you know, you've seen me do what I do on it, and I don't have much of a problem with it. But yeah, this guitar, if the house was burning down, this guitar's coming with me. Yeah, everybody else can burn. Yeah. And as far as how much this thing weighs, it's not that heavy compared to like other guitars. Yeah, the snakebite is definitely lighter. But after Ronin the 7-string, it's like, that's what a heavy guitar is. I guess I'm just used to this now because I've had it for so many years. Bittersweet Memories would go something like this. That's Bittersweet Memories right there. Love that chord right there. I don't think there's anything about damn, so good. Love these acoustic. Yeah, it's I've put a lot of time and effort into getting this sound as good as it can be for you guys, because William will back me up on this, and Jake. They'll both tell you about how I had a nightmare trying to get the sounds to come through, and I tried doing it with bias effects, tried doing it through my DAW. My Cubase, that is digital audio workstation, tried doing all that stuff, and it was banging my head against the wall. And then even when I got the Kemper, I thought all my problems would be solved, and then they weren't. So yeah, there's been a lot of time and effort that's gone into getting this to sound like it does. But I'll tell you something interesting now. My heavy tone, that might sound okay to you guys. It served its purpose for the bullet set I did, at least anyway. But this is not great at my end. I had to do a private session with my friend Andy to get that tone right at his end because of how much YouTube is compressing it. So what sounds good at my end isn't going to necessarily sound good at your end. Like, I had this distorted tone all worked out. I absolutely loved it. Mesa Boogie double rectifier, right, with Tube Screamer in the front. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to blow him away with this. And he's like, mate, it sounds like a swarm of bees. You need to dial everything back. It sounds perfect at my end, but YouTube does that much down the line. And what it's doing at your end, it sounds completely different. So I kind of have to work with this, especially the distorted tone, to the best of my ability, because this is... Yeah, it's okay from my end, but I know it sounds a lot better at yours. Have you tried going back to bias since you found out the Streamlabs was the solution? No, because I can't get bias to go back into it, but I still use bias. In all honesty, my cover that's coming out tonight of Shatter, I did the whole thing with bias effects, apart from the verses that I did with the Strymon Big Sky, because that just reverb just like fills it out massively. So yeah, so there's some more facts for you. Anything else you all want to know? There's a generic chord progression for you. Believe it or not, I like stuff like that. With the return to the heavy sound, I wonder if there'll be a ballad type. Yeah, I reckon the song, what is it? No More Happy Endings or something like that? Is that what it's called? Let me just have a quick look. Is that what it's called? Bullet for My Valentine. No happy ever after. No happy ever after. There you go. I reckon that's going to be like a ballad of sorts, because that title just screams old school. Old school Bullet for My Valentine. Yeah, the track list, because the whole thing is there on iTunes for pre-order. So I'll give you an insight now, bro. So you've got Parasite, Knives, My Reverie, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. No Happy Ever After, Can't Escape the Waves, Trivium, In Waves, Bastards. That's a very generic song title. Rainbow Veins, Shatter, Paralyzed, and then Death by a Thousand Cuts. And that's it. And it's only a 10-track album. Which effects do you use for the acoustic preset? So this is just a clean guitar with a shed ton of reverb on it, coming out the Kemper. If I turn the reverb off, what you get is this. Yep, it's just dry. Okay. Stick it all back on. Magic. To me, anyway. A lot of people go, "Hey, you can't use that much reverb. Nobody records with that much reverb." Well, I like it, and that's how I got my my voice on guitar, I guess you could say. I just absolutely love it. Oh, I didn't know Trivium had stuff coming out in October. Everybody's releasing albums in October. Asking Alexandria as well. Isn't the Bring Me EP coming out in October as well? Or am I wrong there? They've got a single coming out today. Can't Escape the Waves could be a ballad too. Yeah. I'm not expecting a whole lot of ballads though, or anything. I'm expecting something that could be sort of classed as a ballad, but it's really not, if that makes sense. I'm expecting, you know, like riffs like this. Like that sort of thing. I'm expecting that, but I'm not expecting like a You know, like chorusy guitars and like. I'm not expecting anything in the typical, you know, like power ballad. I'm not expecting anything like that, you know, which is sad because I love all that. Hey, how's it go? Oh my god. I can't tell you, the first time I heard Say Goodnight, I was like, it's their version of Sanitarium. You know? And obviously I knew all that stuff from Metallica, but this chord right here, or dyad, or whatever you want to call it. Oh my god. Because I had the screaming, because I didn't have the internet back then, you all probably know this, so like, I had to work all stuff out by ear, and somebody gave me the MP3s on a memory stick. So I thought they were just doing the old, you know, the fade to black chord, right? The which you could get away with, and especially if you're using this amount of reverb. Just let me dial it back. Which that's what I thought was going on. I was just like, yeah, not bad, but I knew there was something missing. Then I looked at a tab online and saw it was this thing. Oh my days, when I discovered that chord right there, and then this thing, yeah, that changed my life forever, that did. That was magic for me. So I went from every time I could pick up the guitar, I went from, yeah, that is easier to play as well, William, you're right. So every time I pick up the guitar, I went from going... went from doing that to every time I pick it up, it would be... yeah. Maybe I should cover this one. Canon Rocks, it's that song which got me into heavier music and guitar playing. Which one's that, mate? Say Goodnight? Yeah, you can't deny that, because I haven't listened to that song in a very long time because of, well, you've got to imagine the amount of times I've heard that song or taught it or, you know, but now just like coming back around to it, because every time I would pick up the guitar back then when I was younger, it would be like... I'd finger pick it. And yeah, Say Goodnight, that completely changed my life around as well, man. That, yeah, that, especially that. And I remember there was a concert on YouTube where somebody, it's a home film one, not a home film, but somebody's done it on their own camera, not an official one. And Matt just came out and he did the intro of that song just on his own, and he was just doing that. And yeah, I was just absolutely mesmerized by that, like massively. So yeah, that chord. And then you've got these guys. Yeah, goddamn, that changed everything. Because it went from just knowing the power chords things. And yeah, I like special intros as well. You know, that's why I tried to do as many of them as possible for like the bullet set that I did, the live stream concert, per se. Because it gets you excited when it starts fading in, and then you start like realizing what it is, and you're like, oh, I didn't know they were gonna play this one, you know. Any Times of Grace fans on here? Because that album, oh my god, after waiting, what was it, 10 years? Whoa. Knocked me back, man. Absolutely love it. Yep, 2010 Fever Tour, I believe. Yep, you're right there. Okay, so Times of Grace is Jesse Leach and Adam D from Killswitch Engage. Oh, William, if you've not checked out the first album, get off this stream and lock yourself away. Go and listen to that first album. It's honestly, because like this album is like a progression of that, and it's less heavy. The first album, there's a lot of Killswitch moments on it, per se. But yeah, honestly, Adam D wrote that first album in his head when he was having back surgery, and like it's incredible, and I've got such nostalgia with that album, but then the new album, yeah, but you need to listen to the first album and live with it before you listen to this latest album, because it's a bit of a slower grow. But the first album, you need to really get on. Yeah, it's like. So it's like I said, it's Jesse Leach and Adam D in drop A guitars, but it's really like ethereal. So like, you know, all this sort of reverby stuff, you know, like all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so if you like the Killswitch Engage cleans, but times 10, honestly, it's Hymn of a Broken Man, that first record's called. Oh, man, you can see how excited I am about that thing. But if you like all that, like, spacey sort of stuff that I'm into, and then, like, after that, Adam will come in with a big drop A tuner guitar. Duh, dun, dun, da, 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 da. Yeah, I'll show you. You guys can hear what I'm doing now, can't you? Times of Grace. You didn't do a thing that I just told you to do, did you? Of Grace. There we go. I'll show you. Because I love it when people haven't heard a band that I'm really into, and I know it'll be their sort of thing. So this sort of thing, I'm going to pull the volume down a bit. I'm assuming you're going to be able to hear what I've got. And Adam sings loads on this. So if you like Adam's voice, it's magic. Like a withered tree in winter's hold. And he does like the lo-fi vocal thing. Pieces falling hollow ground. Sight lost in a once brilliant sky. It's just so ethereal. Now reduced to shades of pale gray. So that's it. But then what they've got at the same time as that is like a load of heavy ones as well. Turn the song down a little bit. Sure thing, bro. Bring it down. Coming through a little hot. Okay. They got a load of heavy ones as well. Let me know if that's better for you. Yeah, cool. And then it like picks up the pace. So you get the idea. But yeah, that's a good album of like cross between like heavy and really sort of spacey reverby stuff. So yeah, give it a spin. You might like it. A very, very special album. It's 10 years old, that album. And it slipped through a lot of people's nets. Is that the expression? Like, a lot of people don't actually know about it. You spy a doggo. Oh, him. Yeah. That's my girlfriend's dog. I'm not a dog person. That's Ripley. His name's Ripley. Like, Alien. I didn't name him. Yep, he sat there quietly right the way through the majority of my live streams, apart from the concert one I did. And when I film my covers as well, obviously, because I'm the other way, he sat in the living room right the way through the whole thing, having to put up with the sound. Yeah, he's just hearing pluck, pluck, pluck. Yeah, you're spot on. Oh, William, did you put those pickups? It was you, wasn't it? I'm gonna look like an idiot if not. But those Mick Thompson pickups, have you got those in your guitar now? Which guitar have they gone in? And what are they like? Have to ruin it. That right there. Ah, okay, so Guitar Center putting that in there for you. Okay, cool. You excited? What made you pick those? Gain, I'm guessing. Because they're loud, apparently. Really loud. see if I can pick any Slipknot riffs out. There you go, there's Vermilion for you. What I know of it anyway. Oh, and this thing here. That thing, hard to say what caught my attention. Yeah, I have no idea how to do that. The going in my Schecter. Yeah, I remember you saying that now, I think, actually. Keep the guitar and drop beat, and those pickups are tuned for that tuning being for Slipknot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool. Let me know how you get on with them. It's interesting because they're not what a lot of people are doing these days. It's all like Fishmans, EMGs and stuff, so that's really cool. I think Vermilion's such an interesting song to play. That is a sixth. That's like a sixth chord right there. There you go. Well, the Slipknot is there. I don't know a whole lot of Slipknot. Now the lead melody, I've completely forgot how to do it. The da 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 da. That is so interesting to play, and I've completely forgotten how to do it, but I wish I could do it, because everybody thinks it's these. Which is wrong. He's doing something completely different. It's like a bass line thing that him and Paul wrote together, and I wish I could show it to you because it's so interesting. Only people I know who use those pickups are Mick, obviously, the guitar from Motionless in White. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, because they have a really heavy sort of... Yeah, that's a really... They have such a refined metalcore tone, Motionless. I like Motionless a lot, actually. I wish I could remember how to play that riff for you all, the Dead Memories thing. Yeah, I can't remember it, and I won't waste your time trying to figure it out. But it's so interesting to play, and it's definitely got that in there. But where everybody thinks it's octaves, it's actually not. It's Jim using an octave pedal, which is like a very much a Jim thing, and then he gets the melody out of it that way. I actually did a cover of that song. It's on my channel a couple of months back, actually. I had a good time doing that one. As a matter of fact, there's even a Psychosocial cover, which is one of the first covers that I did way back when I had the super cool idea to wear sunglasses in every one of my covers. I didn't know this was going to turn into a thing. Yeah, I was so self-conscious, so I thought the thing to really, that would go in my favor is to wear sunglasses in my covers. And yeah, when I go back and I watch them, it's like, man, what are you doing, man? But it was just a fling for me. It was just like, I didn't know this was going to turn into a serious thing, you know? Or semi-serious, Well, it's super serious for me, 100%. So if I could go back and do one thing differently, we have to learn and do things, like my sets changed a little bit and stuff like that. But the the sunglasses is one thing I wish I could do differently. I used to wear skeleton gloves. That's cool though. It's not as much of a statement as sunglasses though. Like trying to be the cool dude, Yeah. Pitch. That was the hard cover, the Holy Diver one. There's a part in it with gallops that goes that is really tricky to do because I'm not very good at galloping. Yeah, that was a really cool cover to do though. Bleed From Within. I don't think I've heard one song from those guys, but I will be sure to now you've mentioned it because I like guitar work. So thanks for the suggestion. But yeah, I haven't checked any of their stuff out. No. You'd be surprised the amount of stuff that I actually haven't heard. One person did ask for a lesson on this one. Stricken Disturbed, and I was just like, yeah, I probably could do a lesson on it, but I've completely forgotten how to play it. The thing with the lessons, yeah, if anybody's wondering about those, I'll explain. So, sorry, man, I don't mean to be ignoring you here, Cannon Rocks. You're typing away here. Pathfinder. Okay, cool. Thank you. The lessons thing, right. So when I started doing this and I didn't know about like direction and all that sort of stuff, I thought I was watching Lamb Chopper. Some of you might know him, some of you might not know him. He's a guy down in Australia, and he's like old school thrash and stuff like that. Megadeth, Anthrax, the Big Four, Slayer, Black Label as well, and like things like Pantera, all the good stuff. And he does these guitar lessons that are very similar to mine. No tabs, because fuck tabs, because they confuse me. And they were like, his Megadeth ones were really good. And he is such an authority on Dave Mustaine's playing style. Like, he's got it down to the really fine little nuances that make it up, and his playing is spot on. Not only does he capture the tone well, you can get the tone, it's similar, but like, unless you've got it in your hands, it's not going to work. And I thought to myself, oh man, I really wish I had a niche. And I was like, dude, I was just on the back field and I was just thinking to myself, yeah, he does good tone stuff as well, yeah. I was on the back field, like behind me, just thinking. And I was like, dude, you've obsessed over Bolt My Valentine for the last like 14 years or something. It's like you know how to do their stuff and you know their playing styles. You're covering their stuff anyway. why don't you try doing the lessons? So that's what I did. I sat down, I did the first one, which was Her Voice Resides, I think. Maybe it was that or Tears Don't Fall. I don't quite remember. I think it was Tears Don't Fall, actually. And then lo and behold, people really liked it. And I was like, I did more and more, and then people just started like subscribing and stuff like that and digging what I did. So the Bullet for My Valentine, the reason why I major on them is because there's so many lessons for Metallica songs and all this other stuff where people have got it down. Bullet for My Valentine is one band that I don't think I've seen justice done to on the internet. And I do not mean this in a big-headed, arrogant way. But there's things about that band that I've spent many hours obsessing over. It's quite sad, really. Yeah. That I think that I can share with everybody. Yeah, there's the nuances and stuff like that, like the Padge stuff, like the way he composes solos. It's so straightforward and simple, even though it's coming at you at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And that's why I majored on them. So people were like saying like, will you do a Stricken lesson or something like that? And it's just like, yeah, but I'm not an authority on Dan Donegan's playing style. I could probably pick it apart and do it to the best of my ability. But the Bullet lessons come a lot more natural for me. But yeah, that Stricken one, maybe I would, because there's some cool stuff in there. Just fill it there and then back into the... And I'm not even sure I'm playing that properly. Yeah, Dan Donegan is an underrated guitar player. I was listening to them on my run the other day. My favorite Disturbed album is Indestructible. Hands down, that's their best album. My opinion, anyway. 10,000 Fist, good album, but like you get lost in there a little bit. And it's quite long as well. I think, personally, for me, Indestructible has got to be their best. And yeah, I was listening to it and I was thinking, this guy is like such a good guitar player, you know. But there's songs on there that I don't even know how to play. I wish I could, you know. Like stuff like Facade. That's a really good track. Obviously, you've got what's it called, Inside the Fires on there. Perfect Insanity, stuff like that. It's really good fun stuff. I thinking about it now. The only riff off the bat that I could play of Disturbed is probably just Stricken, and that's off into 10,000 Fists, right? But Stricken, yeah, Hand of Blood, Bullet My Valentine, they all came from one place, and that's Need for Speed Most Wanted. That's why that was my gateway into these bands, you know? What are you thinking about Sinister Gates? What do I think about Sinister Gates? Yeah, he's absolutely incredible. His economy picking, that taught me loads. But I'm not the biggest Avenged Sevenfold fan, but I appreciate them, and I think Sin Gates is like, yeah, incredible, absolutely incredible. It makes me sick how good he is, actually, because they're so much, you know, like players who like it's quite effortless watching them playing. He kind of just sort of, I don't know, he swaggers around on stage and the guitar's sort of low swung on his hip and he's doing all these incredible leads and there's just no effort involved. You watch Zakk Wylde play, right? He's got his arm up and he's like really digging in on the strings because that's his playing style, probably more similar to mine, actually. But like Sin makes it look just so effortless. He's just having a good time, you know, while he's going. You know, I'm playing a lick that he probably wouldn't even play, a typical blues one, but to demonstrate the idea of economy picking, you know. I'm having reverb for this. That sort of thing that I really need to work on. I'll stop hiding behind the reverb. Yeah, that it does not come natural to me compared to a good alternate pick, but there's certain things that you can only get with a good economy pick. Yeah, a lot of people say with the Avenged stuff, it's like the earlier the better. So I completely feel you on that one. I don't think I could even play an Avenged riff. Or is that Ask Alexandria? They were always doing the same thing. And then isn't there pull-offs in there as well? So, something like that. The good old... Yeah, I love all those early metalcore riffs. And again. Yep, there we go, 2004, 2006, you know. Because, like, believe it or not, I was the biggest Ask Alexandria fan ever, you know. You know, there's a lot of fun to be had in that riff, you know. And as well, hey, it's just like, I imagine coming to a band and going, hey guys, I wrote a riff, look, no hand. Hail to the King was a good album. Yeah, actually, I'll agree with that. Ah, there's a riff on all of that one. You know it's sad but true. Yeah, and then what's the other one? Oh yeah, now you got me on a roll now. There's something about the riffs on that album that are really streamlined, and you know, he's got a... I did know the solo at one point. And then that run on the way back down. Something like that. I did not expect this stream to be me butchering Singate solos. But I used to know that one because there's a lot of the gypsy jazz in there. All that sort of stuff, but that run on the way down, I could never get that. I know he drops the bar there at the end of that one, right? Yeah, God damn it, Brian. His name's Brian. Well, they say the stage solo was crazy. Yeah, the stage was like the return to form for those guys, wasn't it? Am I right there in saying that? Just trying to think, is there any other Avenged stuff that I know? I don't think there is. But the old school metal stuff, metalcore stuff, like the Ask Alexandria stuff, you know. However it goes, you know, and every song would end with a. I remember being younger and it sounded so modern and huge, and you know the songs were about partying and drinking and stuff like that. Oh my god, yeah, that's it, right? You know, and it's so funny because I used to drive round. I talk to my friend Sam about this all the time. I used to drive around when I was younger listening to like Stand Up and Scream. Like thinking I was the, you know, coolest guy, you know. Listening to this cool heavy music. And it's funny because I go back and if I hear a Stand Up and Scream song now, oh my god, I can't help but wince. Maybe I'm wincing more at myself. But yeah, that's it's funny to go back and listen to that. Reckless and Relentless though is one of the best metalcore albums in my opinion. That is like good solid metalcore. Say what you like about Asking Alexandria, you know, I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but back in the day, Reckless and Relentless, that album, they were living it, and that is a good metalcore album. I remember when Drop D was the heaviest thing you could imagine. Yeah, and the old Stand Up and Scream was on that. And then, but the thing is, like, Asking came after Bullet for My Valentine for me. So I knew all about the Drop C stuff that I've got going on now. Knew about that. So them going up to Drop D when I discovered them, it was quite weird actually hearing it going back up. But it just sounded so clean and refined. Everything was very clean because everything was done with like plugins, and you know, you in your edits in your DAW when they were being recorded in the studio, like you'd cut the ends of the guitars off so there'd be no bleed over, you know. After you'd be playing it, would just be really tight, you know. So yeah. Yeah, Asking was 2008 Stand Up and Scream, I believe. Yeah, Joey Sturgis. There we go. We're all on the same page here. Joey Sturgis made that, crafted a sound really for metalcore. He really streamlined it. Everything was so clean and tight, you know. And you know some of those breakdowns. He'd just say, right, record one note. Okay, now record the next one. And then he'd drop that in next to it. Okay, now record the next one. And then he'd drop the next one, and then you hit play, and you go, brrr, really, really tight, rather than the guitar player now having to do about, like, 10 takes to get tight, you know? So in terms of, like, time and stuff like that, keeping things, like, studio time and stuff like that, he's an absolute mastermind, like, shortening down costs and stuff like that, you know? He's a very clever guy, you know? Man, all these Bullet songs that I've learned, and a lot of them actually, that I just can't remember how the riffs go. Being a guitar teacher, do you think you can pick up a different playing styles, polyphia, or do you think it's sort of an acquired taste style? Yeah. If I'm into something, I'll learn it. And I'm not saying that I can do absolutely everything. What I mean there is I'll have a crack at learning it. I did a crack at learning some John Brown, is it? John Brown stuff? You know the band Monuments? What was the song? Mirror Image. And there's no way out. Sounds like Michael Jackson because he's doing all this, you want it, baby, all that sort of stuff over the top of it, which is cool, you know. And I had a crack at doing that. It was all like this strange open tuning, and I didn't have a 7-string at the time, and that was 7-string stuff. And I had a go of it, and I got it pretty close. That style of playing, progressive style of playing, is just not what comes natural to me. The new gen of players that came along, like the guys in Periphery, Polyphia and stuff, where it's just like, you know, I mean, like tapping and then going back onto the really tight rhythm playing and then back into the tapping. It's would take me a long time to figure out. But if I had a student who came to me saying, I want to play like that, I definitely point them in the direction toward it, you know, because I can decipher what's going on, which is fortunately enough, I've got a good idea to sort of like pinpoint technique, keys, influence as well. You know, it was so funny. On a different side note, but the whole world went mad about Royal Blood, right? And I'm listening to that, and like my girlfriend's got it on in the car and stuff, and the whole like Radio 1 and all that sort of stuff. These guys who don't like heavy metal, but they love Royal Blood. And now I'm listening to it, and I'm like, man, that's Black Sabbath. There's just every song is like a Sabbath song. Every song, they've just taken something that Sabbath have done. Same with the Arctic Monkeys. Yeah, there's so much Black Sabbath in there. And it's just like, you'll go and it'd be like, oh, Jazz likes his heavy metal and, you know, he's depressed and miserable. And it's like, guys, you're listening to stuff which is so heavily influenced from where my bands come from, which is Black Sabbath. And it's just, I'm sat there laughing because these riffs are being played on the radio, and it's like they might as well be playing Sabbath on the radio, but all like the hipsters and stuff who are in the park having a good time in the sun they're listening to, and it's like you could be listening to Black Sabbath having an equally good time because it's all such similar stuff, you know. If you go back to the influence. So as far as like learning the Polyphia stuff, and like I said, I had a crack at a Monument song, and it's just not fun for me. Personally, I know some people get a kick out of writing the most technical thing possible. Like I even had a kick at a crack at some of like the Periphery stuff as well. You know, like Scarlet, you have to tune your guitar open. That's a really cool riff and stuff. It really interested me. But I tell you what, you have to do so much thinking when you're doing it. You might as well be doing like math equations, and I suck at math, right? So there's that. You know, I'd rather just be, you know. And if anybody can name that song, you get full marks. To me, that's fun. That's inspiring. You know what I mean? And it might have been done a million times before, but for me, it's all about the feel. Yeah. But, you know, I like techie riffs as well. I mean, I enjoy listening to it. Like, Architects are a huge band for me. I really enjoy listening to them. I was obsessed with how Tom Searle got that sound. And I didn't realize he was using, like, Black Label tunings, basically, I'd say. You know, like, just tuning your low string down and leaving the rest of the guitar as it is. And, like, I was really fascinated by Tom Searle and the stuff that his writing style. So I really enjoy Architects. Apart from the new stuff, doesn't really do it for me. Like the older Architect stuff is more my thing. All right, as a matter of fact, the midway point. Shadows of the Cross, Metallica. Yeah, well done, man. You got it. You get full marks. And yeah, Jake, you're close. It is something close to what Black Label would do. But not this time. Yep. And then does anybody know what Shadows of the Cross became? All 9 mile long. So many bands do very impressive and technical stuff, but I think some bands forget it has to be a song. Yeah, no, yeah, that's it. It's just like, I want to be able to nod my head to it. Listen, there's a reason 50 artists, I think, am I right there? 50 artists have all covered a song on the Black Album. Yeah, there is a reason, because those songs and that special edition thing, whatever it is, Black Album Remastered, and there's a reason it's been remastered as well. I don't think it needs to be remastered. How do you improve on the perfect album? But those songs, you can nod your head along to it. You can put it on anywhere. I don't care if you're in a nightclub, a bar, a coffee house, you're around at a friend's house. Yeah, you can put that stuff on. You can put Sad But True on, and everybody's going to nod their head along to it. And that's what it's about for me. It's about, you know, the end of Domination, right? That's what it's all about, you know, just being able to nod your head. Yeah, obviously I like it when it gets fast, you know. I like that sort of thing, but that's thrashy. Yeah, I like thrashy riffs. I can't even hold my pick. That sort of thing, but that's thrashy. Yeah, absolutely love that. Machine gun riffs, absolutely love it. But as far as like yeah, that sort of thing, I don't want to have to think about bringing my arm over when I can just do everything here. But the thing is, I'm not taking away from that genre of music. Some people enjoy doing it. Some people have made a fantastic career and make lots of money doing it, that sort of thing as well, you know. So yeah, but yeah, for me, it's about the song and being able to, you know, like Worthless Bullet. You know, just tanky riffs, you know, and then when it speeds up, absolutely. There's a riff on the new Bullet song that goes, I'm going to remember this poorly now, but I'll try and remember it. Something like that. Actually, that was better than I thought it would be. Something like that. That's thrashy, and I love it. And if you blink, you'll miss that one because it's what's being played underneath the guitar solo, and the build up to the guitar solo. There's a guitar on the left that's hanging out, just doing like doing hangs, but the guitar on the right's doing that. Now it's interesting if you bring that riff down onto the 4-string. You get Poison Era. You know, and that riff's been done how many times before? You know those notes. Something like that. You all know the one. Something like that. Kill Switch, right? Album is eternal. Black Album is eternal. You are spot on. Dude's having a hard time figuring out that behind the solo. I'm glad I came close. Yeah, so you've got... Actually, should I give it away? Because you're all going to want a lesson on that one. But yeah. I've forgotten it now. Sialosis. Sialosis, Josh Middleton's band. I will not lie to you. I really struggle with him. I know that's bad because he's a very good guitar player. I'm not really a Josh Middleton fan. I don't enjoy what he's done in Architects, but that is some very, very large boots to fill. But don't get me wrong, Josh Middleton is the tightest of the tight rhythm guitar player like on the planet. He's absolutely incredible. And hi, Nikki. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Yeah. That's a good kill switch song, that. Has anybody tried I'm in drop C now, but that Signal Fire down picking. Oh man, I've tried to cover it about 3 times now, and each time I've just given up because my right hand just can't take it. And then it's diminished run, but it's in D standard, not drop C. But yeah, that is such a cool song. I like that a lot. I like a lot of the kill switch stuff. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I remember by them. Does that one count from Alive or Just Breathing? What else is there? I obviously know My Curse. I never learned that. It's something like that. I always liked Arms of Sorrow. Is it? That one's really cool. I like that one. That's got an impossible riff that I'm not even going to attempt to play. You all know the one. Dagada, 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 dagada. That thing. Yeah. Yeah, I used to learn a couple of kill switch songs back in the day. Isn't there a Bullet for My Valentine song that does that? Isn't it Just Another Star? All in Due Time, that's a good one. Carl plays those two before last. Yep. Carl's probably a better guitar player than me, Nicky, I reckon. He's just hiding it, which isn't hard to do, actually. You're seeing the full extent of my playing when it comes to something that isn't, rehearsed and stuff. All in Due Time. Cannon rocks. Take care of yourself, man. Thank you for hanging out today. Just Another Star. I knew I was right. What can I say without upsetting anyone? Alias 92, how's it going, man? It's weird seeing people calling me by my name. In case anybody's wondering, that is my full name as well. That's not a nickname. That All in Due Time one is good, but I think I was butchering it. I can't remember the run. Da-da-da-da-down. Something like that. What else is there? Any suggestions? Something that I can play? James Hetfield. Your first name isn't Nihilist. Yeah. Or Nile. A lot of people thought my name was Nile. If I remember from Loud and Proud, you had a hell of a time getting that riff down. I still am. I'm not playing that properly. Shall I get in tune? How about that? Yep, I'm having a hard, and you are right, yeah. I still can't play that with the track. I can goof around with it now. As a matter of fact, I'll probably watch this back later in disbelief over how I was able to do that, especially in front of people as well. What else is a tough one? There we go. There's an attempted battery. I haven't played that one in a while. Yeah, I saw Metallica in 2019. That was my first time seeing them as well, so that was special. They played all the songs that I wanted them to play as well. Disposable Heroes next to The God That Failed in the set. What? Two rarities. That's so good. Yeah, which riff are you struggling with, Bullets, man? Is it the battery one or the blackened one? It's hard to play without the track, if that makes sense. A tip for this thing down the bottom, by the way, guys. Oh, you were at the same gig as me, bro. Yeah, I was at Manchester, and you can see me during the Memory Remains when the camera comes over of the live show. That's cool. That thing, if anybody's wondering about that, just follow Lars's drums. He's literally just putting something there to cover the fill. The main riff is da 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 da. That part at the end, that waffle, he's just put something in there that follows Lars's. Yeah, so it's a filler, and obviously what he went for, or what Jason went for, was. That's it. Power chord. And then, but live, they just go all on the bottom string, which is a bit of a cop-out. But yeah, it's... However, the first time when it comes in after the fade, and there's an extra note, and there's an extra open, he goes... But that's not in the main riffs. And then there's another cool riff in that song under the solo, which goes which is crazy. Yeah, that gig was insane. I got absolutely soaked. I caught my death after it, and you know what? It was so well worth it. Take care, Rennie. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Take care of yourself. Soaked, drunk, wet, the lot. Yeah, man. I got so close to the stage, though. Like, if you go on my Instagram, back on my Instagram, you'll see like the pictures and stuff. Seeing Kirk play the Unforgiven solo, and he was just like literally in front of me, was like, you know, absolutely crazy. Went back to the hotel, showered, and ordered a pizza. Nice. We were wandering around for ages trying to get an Uber. It was an absolute nightmare trying to get back. But I do think we had Domino's when we got back, which was good. What other Metallica riffs can't I play? That's a nightmare. Yeah, Uber was insane. Giovanni, what bullet do you want to hear, man? And then this thing. That is horrible. Which is why I think live, even though it's not in the studio recording, Padge bottles out and goes back to that thing, because that is a horrible thing to play. That is a nightmare. Any other suggestions? What about a curveball? everybody's still there after me playing that. Underrated Clean from Bullet. Yeah, Dead to the World's a good one. That's in D standard. I couldn't tell you how to play it though. But he still does the same. If you could hear that. Let me. It's the same thing as Say Goodnight. And then what else is on that album? I'm tuned differently. What else is on that album? And that is the only time I will be playing that song on this channel. Pow, yeah, you've got... And then there's a lady thing over the top of that. Dignity. Yep, somebody suggested Dignity. Yep, that's correct. There you go. There's Dignity. Some of it, anyway. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the chorus on that one. There's some weird sort of rhythms going on in the chorus. Quick fire. Name another one. The Japanese bonus song. Which one's that? Oh, from Temper Temper. What's it called? Not Invincible. Yeah. Ah, man. Not Invincible. Off the top of my head, I couldn't play it. There you go. Something like that. Something like that. Harder the harder it breaks. Something like that. Somebody go again. I really like that one. There's a cover of that on my channel, actually, way back, if you go check that out. I'm quite proud of that one, and it was before my channel got much traction, really. But yeah. Anybody else? This is fun. Somebody think of another while I just tune up. Has to be by that band. Because didn't you know? I've only ever heard of them. Let me think if there's a deep cut I can play. While anybody's thinking of a suggestion. Something like that. 7 days, don't know it. I should do, though. I should do. That is an oldie. So you've got me. Well done. Yeah, the harder the heart, the harder it breaks would fit perfectly in the set, especially with the new stuff. It would fit absolutely spot on. I would really like to see that. Okay, what else is there? Just on the subject of Forever and Always, I wrote a riff when I was younger, thinking that I was trying to get it past everybody, but it is Forever and Always. Watch. Hang on, I'm trying to downpick that. I wrote it alternate. Yeah, imagine how successful my my metalcore band could have been. Yeah, very successful metalcore band that could have been in with that one, eh? Yeah, thought this really cool riff. Wait, that's a bullet riff. Yeah, every single time. But I like that because I wrote it in such an innocence. Yeah. How many times has that been done? Just another star. That's the new metal Slipknot moment they had with that one. Any other suggestions? What about this one? And then that's the end of it right there. Anyway, there's the extent of my knowledge on goddamn, what's the song called? End of Days. There you go. K1, you got it. Eye of the Storm. And then something like that, and then do that again. Pinch harmonica. Okay, there's Eye of the Storm and Disappear. Ah, wait, yeah. My fist, your mouth, her scars means we're going back down. Okay. Something like that. I'll play my favorite one now. I've always been interested in those EVH drop D tuners just so I can flip back and forth. Like an automation. I can do that on here. Yeah, this is great fun. I can go up and down, up and down. It's great. So if I need drop B, and then I can come back up again. Not really, it's just something you flip on the tune and it goes down a whole step. Oh, that's really cool. That'd be like a well worthwhile investment. Absolutely. Any other requests? No, wait. Okay, what about this one? Day Little Secret would be and then something like that. Oh, and I like the solo on that one. Something like that. Ashes of the Innocent. And there you go. There's Ashes. And I think that is a good one for us to leave off on. Because it's been 2 hours and 12 minutes. But you guys have been absolute gems hanging out with me here today. Thank you so much. If you enjoy these live streams, come and let me know. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys and playing the same riffs every single time I do this and chatting about the same bands, yeah? But yeah, no, thank you so much for like all your support. I hope wherever you guys are in the world right now, you're staying healthy and you're well, because the world is a crazy place right now. Not to get all sort of philosophical and on the soapbox or anything. But yeah, world's a crazy place, so I hope you're all staying safe and well, and thank you for your continued support with this whole thing. I really appreciate it. So yeah, let's do this again sometime, yeah? And yeah, I'm out. I'm done talking. And thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, before I go, my new cover's coming tonight, Shatter, 5:30 UK time. So y'all watch out for that one, all right? And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Take care, bye. Thank you. End stream.